If you answer yes to these 6 questions, retire immediately. My name is Jack Thompson, a 60-year-old guy with graying hair, born and raised in a small Ohio town where everyone knew each other's names and the smell of homemade apple pie wafted from neighbors' windows. For 35 years, I poured my life into a manufacturing company, climbing from a lowly employee to a project manager's chair. The paycheck was enough to raise 2 kids, pay off the house, and sock away a decent nest egg. But lately, every Monday morning when the alarm screams at 6 a.m., I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, my heart heavy. Jack, what the hell are you doing with your life? I ask myself. Have I been putting off happiness for too long? Is my body begging for a break? Have I missed too many precious moments with the people I love? If you're wondering whether it's time to retire, let me tell you my story. I faced 6 crucial questions, and if you answer yes to all 6 like I did, then retire immediately. Trust me, you won't regret it. Question 1. Am I putting my life on hold? I can still picture that summer evening in 1987, when Linda, my then-girlfriend, and I sat on a porch swing at her place, eating vanilla ice cream and dreaming about the future. We talked about driving an RV across America, watching sunsets at the Grand Canyon, dancing to jazz in New Orleans, maybe even stopping in Maine for fresh lobster. Our bucket list was longer than a novel, but 35 years later, it still just scribbles on a piece of paper taped inside the kitchen cabinet. Every year I told myself, 1 more year, Jack. Just 1 more to be safe. But here's the thing, someday never shows up on the calendar. Linda once said to me, her voice thick with regret, Jack, a bucket list is where dreams go to die. Those words hit me like a punch to the gut. I don't want to reach the end of my life and look back on a string of what-ifs. I want to live, really live, right now while my legs still work and my heart still ticking. If you're waiting for the perfect time to start the life you've dreamed of, ask yourself, am I putting my life on hold? I answered yes, and that was the first step toward my big decision. Question 2. Is my health taking a hit? I'm not the 25-year-old guy who could pull an all-nighter at work and still jog 5 miles the next morning. My body's more like an old pickup truck now, still runs but it makes all kinds of weird noises. I've got this nagging pain in my right shoulder, which I jokingly call Boss Bob, after a pain-in-the-neck former manager. It started from decades of hunching over a computer, typing and mousing until my hands went numb. My doctor says I've got high blood pressure, and if I don't change my lifestyle, I'm flirting with trouble. I used to play pickup basketball with the guys, but now I'm lucky to get a walk around the block on weekends. Work's drained me, leaving me grabbing vending machine cookies instead of cooking a real meal. I remember Linda looking at me once, eyes full of worry, saying, Jack, I don't want to lose you early just because you keep burning yourself out. That woke me up. I want to live long enough to see my grandkids grow up, to walk on the beach with Linda at sunset. If your health is crying out, if you feel your body paying the price for years of grinding, ask yourself, is my health taking a hit? For me, the answer was a loud yes, and I couldn't ignore it anymore. Question 3. Can I work less instead? I thought maybe I could ease up, work fewer hours instead of quitting cold turkey. I asked my boss about going part-time, but he just chuckled and said, Jack, you know this industry doesn't work like that. My company doesn't offer phased retirement options. I tried picturing myself clocking in on time, leaving at 5 p.m. and not taking work home. But I'm the guy who's always gone the extra mile, staying late to finish reports, showing up early for meetings. Scaling back felt like betraying who I am. I realized that if I kept going, I wouldn't be living, just existing. I've got a buddy, Bill, who switched to freelance consulting, working 20 hours a week and still making ends meet. But for me, I want a clean break. I want mornings where I don't dread deadlines or emails. If you can't find a way to work less, or if you're like me and don't want to half-ass it, ask yourself, can I work less? My answer was yes, meaning I was ready to walk away entirely. Question 4. Do I wish I had more time for family and friends? This question cut me deep. I've missed too many important moments. I still remember when my daughter, Sarah, performed a violin solo at school, but I was stuck at the office for an urgent project. I saw the disappointment in her eyes through the video Linda recorded, and it's haunted me ever since. My son Mike invited me to his college baseball games, but I was out of town for work. Now they're both grown with their own lives, but I still feel like I owe them the years I missed. And Linda, God, she deserves better than a husband who's always too tired to plan a date night or just sit on the porch with a beer and talk. I want to take her dancing like we did when we were young, or just hold her hand while we listen to crickets at night. My high school buddies keep inviting me to poker nights, but I'm always too busy. I don't want to reach the end of my life and realize I let my most precious relationships slip away. If work is stealing time from the people you love, ask yourself, do I wish I had more time for family and friends? For me, the answer was yes, and it lit a fire under me. Question 5. Do I know what I'd do in retirement? I've heard stories about my dad's friend, Fred, who retired and didn't know what to do with himself, ending up glued to the TV, sinking into sadness. I'm not going to be that guy. I've got plans. I love woodworking, and I've started sketching a dining table for Sarah's new apartment. I can already see the whole family gathered around it, laughing over Christmas dinner. Linda wants us to take an Italian cooking class so we can master her mom's lasagna recipe. She says I'll look sexy in an apron. And that RV trip? I've bought a map and marked every stop from Yellowstone to the Oregon coast. I want to wake up each day with a purpose, whether it's learning a new recipe or snapping a photo of a sunset in a place I've never been. I'm not afraid retirement will leave me lost. I'm thrilled about it. If you know what you'll do with your free time, if you have dreams ready to become reality, ask yourself, do I know what I'd do in retirement? My answer was yes, and it made me feel more alive than ever. Question 6. Can I afford it? This was the big one, and I won't lie, it had me sweating. Linda and I sat down with a financial planner, a guy named Dave, who helped us crunch the numbers. For 401k savings, Social Security. We own our house outright, no debt, and after running the math, Dave said, Jack, you two are good. Not yacht level good, but enough to live comfortably, travel, and have a cushion. I was still nervous. Who isn't when facing a leap like this? But the numbers don't lie. We can do the RV trip, fix up the backyard garden, and still have enough for doctor visits or car repairs. I don't want to work myself into the ground just for a few extra bucks. If you haven't done the math, do it now, whether on your own or with a pro. Ask yourself, can I afford it? For me, the answer was yes, and it was the final piece of the puzzle. The decision that changed my life. 6 questions, 6 yes answers ringing in my head like a rock anthem. I came home, sat down with Linda, took her hand and said, Babe, I think it's time. She smiled, her eyes sparkling, and we started imagining what's next. Mornings without alarms, trips without begging for vacation days, moments with family uninterrupted by work. Last week, I submitted my resignation. Next month, I'll be a free man. No more Boss Bob torturing my shoulder, no more missing my grandkid's birthday, no more waiting for someday. I feel like I've shed a massive weight, replaced by joy and hope. If you're reading this and wondering whether to retire, ask yourself those 6 questions. If you answer yes to all 6 like I did, then retire immediately. Life's too short, my friend. Don't wait until it's too late to live the life you deserve. For me, the next chapter's begun, and I can't wait to see where it takes me.